See, it takes a special kind of person to go for growth. There are a lot of people who aren't willing to take a risk, to go for something bigger. But the key is you can't get bigger and you can't change unless you change. And unless you seek out opportunities and mentors and resources and systems and new ways of doing things to stretch who you are. Because success is not really about the bling, right? We think that success, darn, right? We think that success is about the money and the cars and the houses and all of that. But I can assure you it's not, because I'm living it. Success is actually about the person you become as a process, in the process of becoming successful. Do you understand what that means? There's a big distinction there. It's not what you get and what you accumulate. It's who you become and what you contribute. And I want you to really let that sink in for a second. So these 3 days are going to be about giving you absolutely everything you need in terms of the right marketing, shifting the way you work, the way you market yourself, the way you get support in your life, the way you leverage yourself, right? It's about multiplying what you're already doing. And then it's about the mindset. Because very few people are teaching you all these things. I mean, actually, I don't know anybody who's teaching you all these things but me. And you can't have success in your business without really good marketing, right? You look at any highly successful person in any business, they are an excellent marketer. And marketing, I have good news for you, is an acquired skill. It's learnable, it's teachable. And so I'm here to teach it to you because I was not born with the silver spoon of marketing in my mouth, right? I taught it, I sought it out. And so I've developed these systems, something that is one of my unique abilities, and now I'm teaching them to you. But once you have clients and you're making money, there gets to be a point where you end up with a job, right? Have you ever felt that? We got into self-employment to some people to make money without having somebody breathe down our necks. Another reason is to contribute and add value in a really big way. But you can't do that when you're working way too many hours and doing stuff you're not really supposed to do in your business. So this is about leveraging, getting support, multiplying your efforts, multiplying who you are so that you can multiply the results. Can I hear a whoop whoop? And then even with those two things, success is not guaranteed unless you have the what? The mindset. Because you can market until you're blue in the face. And you know people who are marketing, right? Don't raise your hand. But you're not getting the results that you so badly want, yes? And a lot of times, if not a majority of the times, it's because of what's going on up here. And the whole third day is dedicated to that. Can I get a whoop whoop? And you know that I believe in growth, right? It's probably one of my, beyond family and love, and connection, growth is my number one value. I believe that, and you should write this down, this is, as Derek says, is a writer-downer. If you don't grow, you begin to die. And so the key is if you don't want to begin to die, is that you continue to grow. That means you continue to grow your business. You continue to grow yourself. Because it's in growing yourself that you grow your income. It's in growing yourself that you grow the value that you bring out there in a big way. It's about contributing. And one of the concepts we're going to talk a lot about over the next 3 days is who wants to make more money in this room? Raise your hand real high. Woohoo! Look around. Woo! Somebody raised 2 hands. The way to make more money is to add more value to more people. It's a pretty simple concept, but as with every major, concept that can really rock your world, it happens to be really simple, so people have to actually overlook it. So when you look at a highly successful person, somebody who's making $100,000, $200,000 a year, $2 million, $20 million, $20 billion, what they're really doing is they're adding a lot of value to a lot more people than they used to. Does that make sense? So we're going to talk a lot about contribution and really taking what you're really good at, your purpose, what you were brought here to do, and then positioning it in a way so that people say, hey, that's what I want. Give me some of that. Can you actually say that with me? Give me some of that. And then getting more and more and more people to want some of that and to tell others about it. Does that sound good? Yeah. So here's... It's about not playing a small game. It's about being of service and of value to so many more people than you're currently being of service to. I have this thing that I call sharing your brownies. Kathy Wagner, where are you? Kathy loves this. You were brought here with a particular gift. Skills, talents, a unique ability to do things in your life in a way that nobody else does it. You are completely unique. I want you to smile internally with that. You are completely unique, and you are here to be of service and nothing else. And if you can see what you're doing now to be of service, let's say you've got a somewhat successful business, you're helping 10, 20 people at a time, maybe even 50 people at a time. But if your divine purpose is to be of service in such a bigger way, I want you to imagine that you're in your kitchen and you've got a house full of friends and they're in the living room, you're in the kitchen, and you're baking a tray of brownies. And imagine that the brownies come out of the oven and man, they smell good. Can you smell it? They smell really good. And you take them out, you cut up the brownies, you put them on a plate, and then you go to the corner of the kitchen and you go like this. And you eat them all by yourself. And your friends peer into the kitchen and they say, what you got going on in there? What smells so good? Nothing. That's what a lot of people do. That's what you're probably doing in your business without even knowing it. Because you are not marketing enough. And you are not creating more programs and services to help infinitely more people. And you haven't worked on your mindset, so you're sabotaging your own efforts by not working on your mindset. And so you're being stingy and you're being greedy with your brownies, right? Your divinely given brownies. And so it is time for you now to share the brownies in a really big way. Does that sound good? I'm going to teach you how. see, I'm away from my 3 yummy babies. For 5 days to deliver this life-changing content to you. It would be a disservice and a dishonor if you did not implement it. I was talking to some of you last night, so some of you said back to me, what are you most excited about? And the thing that makes me humble is knowing that this workshop is a drop in the lake, and you are the ripples. And then you, the ripples, will create drops in other people's lakes. And those ripples. And so, I challenge you to implement this information. Because together, without sounding grandiose or self-aggrandizing, together here, we are actually going to change the world. Because again, we're all here to be of service in our own unique way, right? And so it's your duty to implement this stuff.